was in Hamburg. I was working there as a not commercial artist. I was studying commercial art. And this evening I went for a walk across the Reeperbahn and heard this music out of the basement. This band came on. It was the Beatles. It was just amazing. Just the sound was amazing. It was louder than you normally have a band play. Then again, in those days, they just had those little amplifiers, you know, it wasn't really that much. But still, it was loud. It was so raw and so fresh. And you saw that it actually, the words of the songs were so simple and direct, and that's something I had never witnessed before. The second most important thing was that they were so happy. They're having such a good time on stage. And that's what I was missing with all these other things I've seen before. I thought they'd become very famous. I really have. The combination was such magic. It's unbelievable. I knew them when they were really poor, when they didn't have a penny, and when they really needed help. They needed a bath to go and have a wash, or need proper food, and they needed somebody to be nice to them. They asked me if they could come and visit me in Tenerife, that's the Canary Islands. Paul wrote me a letter saying, can we come and visit you? We need a holiday real bad. They were right in the middle of all the Beatlemania was starting. And this is the last time those boys were able to be really free and sit in a park or go for a walk without anybody bugging them. Because in Tenerife, nobody knew them. So George was he fell in love with one little girl. He tried to talk with her and said, I'm one of the Beatles. And said, Beatle, don't know Beatle. And he took the record cover out and said, look here, this record cover, that's me. And she said, I don't know.
So it didn't work?
It didn't work, yeah. It must have been about the last time. I wonder what the chick thought of that later. I wanted to go to England. I just had to leave Germany. And George heard of that and said, why don't you come and stay with us? So, oh shit, yeah, that sounds good. Let me tell you about the apartment, because it was terrible to see that. They were actually on their own. There was no mother. Nobody making food for them. They didn't have any hotel service or something. They stood in the kitchen and were doing fish fingers, you know? Fish fingers and cornflakes and stuff like that. That was their food. And I thought, this is terrible. Those guys are so rich and they could have anything they want. They were driven hard, like with a whip, you know, you go on the train, and then they didn't even have any proper food. It was awful. At that time, they were so famous already, it was only natural to say somebody's going to make a movie of them. I thought that was natural. Of course, I hoped that it was possible to capture their real humor and their real personality.
These handcuffs are killing me. I was playing them innocents. I don't want to go.
Sorry for disturbing you, girls.
I was actually in this train. It was for me the first time to be on a sort of film set. I did not have a chance to really get that close to where they were filming, because a train is very narrow. You needed the cameramen, the light, the woman that were touching them up. There was a whole bunch of people around them and doing their acting, and I kept out of that. I did not actually watch what was happening when they were filming it. They were starting each day at a different place, and then of course lots of kids wherever it was just, you saw parts of it in the movie. It's really amazing. You can't imagine what it's like, and it's for me impossible to tell you what it's really like. It was embarrassing to me to see all these people rolling over them and all this business around them.
They've gone potty out there. The place is surging with girls.
Please, sir, can I have one to surgery, sir, please, sir?
No, you can't.
John always felt very uncomfortable. Those things he never liked. Don't know what anybody else says, but as far as I know, for him, it was really embarrassing And when he saw sometimes pieces of film where the kids start screaming, he does always something funny, tries to cover it up. But I know that this covering up is because he doesn't like it. Well, it's this craziness when you get into the car, you have all those kids, wherever you got into the car. If it was going out of the apartment, I was living at this apartment, and even at night, you had 150 kids being down there. They took their sleeping bags and just camped out there and didn't move away. And when you got out, there was lots of screaming. Everybody woke up in the neighborhood, and they had always 2 police cars coming to get them out of the apartment. I think Bill was still the chauffeur, Bill Cobbett. He had this thing of always driving fast as soon as the guys got in the car. Really driving through a bulk of kids real fast, full speed, because the faster you go, the more they're gonna spread. If you drive slowly, they're gonna lie on your bonnet. You know? And this one time, they all got in the car, and the door wasn't closed properly. And in the Prince's car, the back door goes this way. So he drove off, and BOOM! He drove against the lamppost, and the door was off. And now, not all the kids could come in. They didn't have any police around. So they said, Klaus, you get out and stay with the door. So they drove off, and I stood there on the road with the fucking door. They liked art. One of the reasons we got so close, because we had those interests in let's say, what's a Picasso or what is a Renoir, or not only played rock and roll music. This is the magic of it. Even though they were up there just doing little rock and roll songs, once you got to know them, which took a little time, they had so much they were interested in. I wasn't there when they really became famous. I just noticed it. Maybe I'm the first, so what? It doesn't make any difference. The way those people bounce off on each other is something very, very special, and that only happens very, very rarely. That was a stroke of genius from somebody somewhere.